Yo! What's up, everybody? Hello to my loyal 172 subscribers. If you can't tell by the sound of my voice, I am slightly under the weather today, and I was trying to come up with some ideas for videos, and the brain fog is just on another level today, so there's just nothing, absolutely nothing going on up here. And so I figured I would just start the camera and start yapping, because that's what I do best. Since there's nothing going on up here, I figured I would just talk about that and what to do as a creative person when you just don't feel creative, when you don't feel like you have anything to offer. Yeah, that's been my entire last 48 hours. Something that can be frustrating when you're a person in a creative industry is when you start to attach your own value and self-worth to how much you're able to put out and how much content you're able to create, because inevitably there are going to be days when you just aren't inspired or you're not excited about any of your ideas. That can be kind of scary because you start to feel like you're useless. It's like, okay, I've dedicated my entire life to making art or being funny or whatever creative venture it is that you've chosen for yourself. And on the days when it's not just flowing from you naturally, you can kind of start to feel like a car with a dead battery, you know? It's like, okay, if I can't even fulfill my one purpose in life that I've dedicated all of this time to, then what's even the point? For example, say you're a plumber and you wake up one day and you just forget how to unclog a toilet. That's how it feels sometimes when I wake up and I sit down to write something and I would rather peel my skin off my body. And I think living in a place like New York City can often make those feelings even more intense, because there's this sense that there is so much opportunity constantly all around you. And so if you're not constantly taking advantage of that and seeking that out, then you're basically wasting your time here. It's very easy to get caught in this feeling of FOMO, and just like this feeling of that you're not where you're supposed to be or doing what you're supposed to do all the time. And it kind of just feels like I'm reverting back to that feeling that I had when I was a kid and I was on summer vacation and I would just be chilling in my room, and I feel like I'm just wasting the summer because I'm not outside frolicking in the grass or starting a Fortune 500 company or something like that. Except that's just my entire life now. For example, say I spend an entire day working on a script. Oh, well, I should have been applying to jobs instead. I should have been downtown handing out my resume to people. I should have been just cold emailing people and knocking on doors and introducing myself and networking. I have to remind myself, I'm a human being. I can only be in one place doing one thing at one time. And the more that I try to multitask, that's when I feel like I'm at my least productive as well, because I'm not whole-assing one thing, I'm half-assing 90 different things. Honestly, I think that is really something that I crave and that all creatives really search for, is that feeling of losing yourself in a project and entering flow state and being able to focus on one thing so intensely that you just forget about everything else. That's an amazing feeling, but it's also really scary because then you're not focusing on the other things in your life that need attention. I wish I could just be Superman and get a million things done every day and go to the gym for 5 hours and eat everything that I'm supposed to eat and watch a movie every day and, write 3 pages of a script and upload short form content and long form content to YouTube and make thumbnails for myself and make a website for myself and get my resume out there and apply to jobs. There's just so much that I can do all the time that if I'm not doing it, then I just feel like a lazy piece of shit. And while I recognize that that is absolutely not a sustainable way to live. Kind of what ends up happening is I revert to this place where I just kind of feel paralyzed, and I feel like I have to stay right in the middle so that my attention can go wherever it needs to. I remember having these feelings a lot, especially when I was younger, because I'm a very ADHD person and would often just like forget meetings and appointments. I don't know what meetings and appointments I had when I was 16 years old, but I remember this one time, this was probably when I was like 19 or 20, I had been scheduled for jury duty like 2 months prior to when I needed to show up. And I was like, oh, I'll remember it. I don't need to put that on my schedule. And of course the day rolls around and I don't remember, and I wake up and I'm just going about my day. And then my mom calls me and she's like, hey, you remember you had jury duty today? And I immediately go into panic mode, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna go to jail. I'm gonna get arrested because I forgot jury duty. And I don't know, I'm just like constantly in a state of worrying that I'm forgetting something. And so I guess what I mean by that is I feel as though I can't put 100% of my focus into one creative venture, because everything else in my life will then sort of slack off. And on top of that, like, I just have shit to do. Like, I need to eat, I need to go grocery shopping, I need to make money for myself, I need to do laundry and wash my sheets and make sure my room is clean. Hashtag adulting. Okay, I'm so sorry. It won't happen again. It won't happen again. And then on top of all of that, like, I feel bad for complaining about it because, like, I don't even, like, I have, like, zero responsibilities right now. I'm a single man living in New York City, and my only responsibility is having to pay rent, pay my phone bill, pay my utilities, and make enough money to feed myself and buy weed. Like, that's it. That's really all I have to do. And also you hear kind of all of these success stories of people who are like, oh yeah, I was living in my car before I had my big break, or I went thousands of dollars into credit card debt to buy a laptop so I could edit movies, and now look at me, I'm a millionaire. So it's like, what do I go into debt? Do I like max out my credit cards? Do I put it all on black right now and just like make one short film and hope it does well? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. There is absolutely no definitive course of action to be successful in any creative industry. It's just all about making your own way, doing the best you can, waking up every day, just being pointed in that right direction, and eventually something will happen. And that's what I'm praying for, and I have faith that it will. But something that gives me a sense of peace is taking a look at the last 5 years of my life. And had you told little 20-year-old Joe about some of the experiences that he would have in those 5 years, he would be really excited. And I hope that is the same for 30-year-old Joe 5 years down the line. And you know what? Even just at the end of this rant, I already feel better. Sometimes all it takes is just a nice chat with your therapist, and my therapist is this camera that's in front of my face right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. This was kind of a chaotic video, but you know, we all need a little chaos in our lives every once in a while. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my autistic ADHD ramblings. I hope you got something from this video. I certainly know I did. If you like this, maybe hit that subscribe button and get that subscriber count up to 200 subscribers, because then we will be in the fucking big leagues, baby. I'm talking Mr. Beast numbers. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for your support. Keep going. Whatever creative thing it is you're doing, just don't stop. And if you keep going, one day you're gonna replace AI. Peace out. I love you. Take it easy. Goodbye.